Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, who am I becoming? Not because life is falling apart, but because something inside you feels asleep. You keep moving, you keep working, you keep smiling, yet deep down, you know you were created for more. Here's the question that changes everything. What if the life you've been chasing isn't the life God designed for you? What if your greatest breakthrough doesn't begin with changing your circumstances, but with awakening the light already placed within your soul? Stay until the end, because today's message might become the turning point you've been praying for. Every person carries two voices. One whispers fear, the other whispers faith. One reminds you of every mistake, the other reminds you of God's promises every single day. Those voices compete for your attention, and the voice you feed becomes the life you live. The world teaches you to search outside yourself. More success, more recognition, more possessions, more applause. But God often works in the opposite direction. He transforms the heart first. Then everything else begins to change. Think about a lighthouse. It doesn't chase lost ships. It simply stands firm, shining through the darkest storms, because its purpose isn't to move toward the darkness. Its purpose is to become impossible to ignore. Your life was never meant to blend into fear. You were created to become a light. Even in difficult seasons, Jesus didn't say, "You are trying to become the light." He said, "You are the light of the world." Notice the difference. He wasn't speaking about your perfection. He was speaking about your identity. The enemy wants you to believe your value depends on your past. God says your value was established the moment He created you. Too many people spend years carrying labels they were never meant to wear. Failure, broken, weak, unworthy. Those words may describe moments, but they never define God's children. Imagine an old mirror, covered in years of dust. At first glance, it seems useless. It reflects almost nothing. But the problem was never the mirror. The problem was what had settled on its surface. Your soul is like that mirror. Fear, disappointment, shame, and comparison can cover the light God placed within you, but they cannot destroy it. They only hide it. The moment you begin seeking God again, layer by layer, that light starts shining through, not because God finally decided to love you, but because He never stopped. Sometimes we ask, "God, where are you?" while He's asking, "My child, why have you stopped believing what I already placed inside you?" Faith isn't pretending life is easy. Faith is choosing hope. Even when life feels uncertain, the strongest believers are not the people who never struggle. They're the people who refuse to let struggle have the final word. Look at a mountain. Storms hit it. Snow covers it. Winds shake everything around it. Yet the mountain remains, not because storms are weak, but because its foundation is deeper than what the eye can see. That's exactly how God wants your spirit to become. Rooted, steady, unshaken. Not because problems disappear, but because your faith becomes stronger than your fear. Many people wait for confidence before taking action, but confidence rarely comes first. Courage does. David didn't defeat Goliath because he felt fearless. He walked forward, trusting that God was greater than the giant standing before him. The battle changed. The moment his focus changed. Maybe that's your invitation today. Stop measuring your future by the size of your obstacles. Start measuring your obstacles by the greatness of your God. Every sunrise reminds us, darkness has an expiration date. No night has ever lasted forever. No storm has ever ruled the sky forever. And no season of pain has the authority to cancel God's purpose for your life. You may feel delayed. You may feel overlooked. You may even feel exhausted. But delayed is not the same as forgotten. God has never abandoned a story. Halfway through writing it, perhaps today, He isn't asking you to have all the answers. Perhaps He's simply asking you to take one faithful step, then another and another, because every journey toward the light begins with one decision: to stop believing the darkness is your destination. There comes a moment when you realize the greatest battle of your life isn't happening around you. It's happening within you. No one else can see it, but every thought, every fear, every quiet doubt shapes the direction of your future. That's why the Bible reminds us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds, because a changed life always begins with a changed heart. Many people spend years asking, God, change my situation. But sometimes God gently answers, first, let me change you. Because when your spirit becomes stronger, the same storm that once broke you will no longer have the power to stop you. Imagine standing at the edge of the ocean. Each wave reaches the shore, then quietly returns. Life is like that. Some seasons bring joy, others bring loss. Some bring celebration, others bring waiting, but none of them last forever. If you're in a difficult season today, remember this: your current chapter is not your final chapter. God is still writing, and He never leaves His work unfinished. So don't let one painful moment convince you that your entire story is broken. Every challenge carries a question. Will you become bitter or become wiser? The choice is always yours. Forgiveness is difficult. Patience is difficult. Trust is difficult. But carrying anger, fear, and resentment is even heavier. Sometimes finding your inner light means letting go of what has been blocking it. Not because those wounds didn't matter, but because your future matters more. There is a quiet strength that comes from surrender. Not surrender to fear, not surrender to failure, but surrender to God. The moment you stop trying to control everything, you discover something incredible. God was never asking you to carry the whole world. He was only asking you to walk with Him, one step at a time. So each morning, before the noise of the world reaches you, spend a few moments in stillness. Pray. Read His Word. Express gratitude. Speak life over yourself, not because these habits are magic, but because they slowly shape the person you're becoming. A single sunrise doesn't change the world, but sunrise after sunrise, the seasons change. In the same way, small acts of faith, repeated consistently, can completely transform a life. One prayer, one act of kindness, one decision to trust, one moment of courage. Those small choices become the foundation of an extraordinary future. And maybe, years from now, you'll look back on this difficult season not with regret, but with gratitude, because you'll realize it was the season that taught you how to truly walk with God. So if today you feel tired, keep going. If you feel unseen, keep shining. If you feel uncertain, keep trusting, because the light within you was never meant to stay hidden. It was meant to guide others. Someone you haven't even met yet will one day need a hope that you're building today. Never underestimate what God can do through one life fully surrendered to Him. So today, choose faith over fear, choose purpose over comfort, choose hope over doubt, and every morning, when you look in the mirror, don't ask, "Am I enough?" Instead ask, "How can I reflect God's light today?" Because the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the person God created you to become. If this message touched your heart, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more messages that strengthen your faith and remind you of God's purpose for your life. Until next time, keep rising, keep believing, and never forget, the brightest light you'll ever find is the one God placed within you from the very beginning.